Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Game Curmudgeon Plays Hanabi with his friends. Going to do something new for you today. Going to try a four-player game. Got me, Matt, Clay, and Jeff. And I do know all these people in real life, so it's all friends again. Jeff is new to the website. He's the one up first here. Three-player game and four-player game are almost exactly the same. You have one less card in your hand. You can see two more cards than you can normally see in a three-player game. In a three-player game, you can see 10 cards. Um, and then you can see 12 cards in a four-player game. You can see, 16 cards in a five-player game? Because in a five-player game, you also have four cards in your hand. So it's Jeff's turn. While we were waiting, some people were trying to join in the game. Didn't realize that we were trying to play as a group. You can just ignore all them. They're not talking about the game. No game discussion, of course. We tend to avoid that until such a time as it's past the moment where it can be a problem. Jeff is new to the site, so he's trying to learn the interface still, so we might have a couple of hang-ups with that. The nothing really mind-blowing here yet. Jeff gave the one clue to Clay. Clay played a one, and then Matt here. I don't really see a. I guess maybe the blue play back at Jeff might be an option. Maybe he can bluff. If this card is playable, maybe he can bluff it out by giving the two clue here. That does put the 5 in danger, however, so could also be a bad thing if you bluff the 2 out here. Then this becomes the discardable card here. So that's just a straight play clue, looks like, and I will play. I was talking to a friend on BGA earlier, and he was or not BGA, I'm sorry, on Board Game Geek earlier, and he was telling me about in the initial draw. In his opinion, it's better to play from right to left rather than from left to right. I like that clue from Jeff there because it keeps the 2 alive. It gives me a chance of maybe doing something with it, but I guess not. I'm guessing if this last one is a white, Clay and Matt might have done better by giving a white clue and then a 2 clue to Jeff in that order. But it's not a white, so that's a moot point. Jeff has to clue here, the 5. In a 4-player game, the draw pile is a little thinner because you get less cards. It's good. It's good as a 3-4 and a 5-player game. The 2-player game is different, but what does he say in here? Oh, I see. He's talking about how to look at the the clock here. This is made of BG Board Game Arena stuff, but it does give you it's a soft enforcement of a time limit. You have like a pool of time you can normally wait to make a move, and this is what's left beyond that pool. So I'm guessing Matt has some sort of interesting play here, because he popped the think button. We made the joke a little earlier that whenever Matt pops the think button, it's time for everyone else to start worrying because something weird's going to go down. He tends to sometimes try interesting things. I sometimes use it. I'll pop the think button and think for like 30 seconds to try to figure out how to do something, and then end up playing my one or something like that. Because you think and can't figure out a way to do it, and then you say, oh well, I'll just play. So, and then people complain, what, it took you 30, 60 seconds, 90 seconds to play a one? So he gave Clay the blue clue here. This is interesting. I think that makes me think I have the 2, and he wants Jeff to give the 3 clue. Oh, he's bluffing. He bluffed. It was dangerous to do, because now it locks both of these cards up, and Clay pretty much can't play the rest of the game unless that 2 blue comes out fast. This is going to be Clay's discard pretty much the whole game, I think. So we need to dig for a 2 blue. Unfortunate, we could not get a white 2 out. My next turn, I'll have to save the 5, regardless of what happens. Unless I can give a play, of course. I can either give a play or save the 5. Although that's not 100%. I've discarded before when I had a play, when I thought, like, when we were low on clues, and you have to give the next guy in line a clue in order to save a card after that. I've done it, because you can't play a 3 and then leave the next guy with no clues when he has to do a save of a 2, maybe. I've done a discard in those cases before, so you have to... The game gets a lot deeper the better you get at it, because you think about 4 moves ahead. You think, well, if I do this, then he should do this, then he should do this, and so on and so forth. But it looks like we got a good thing going here. Alright. So I have two choices. I can either play the one white out. I'm going to pop the think button here. I can either play the one white out, knowing Jeff will give this clue. Or I can clue this, hoping Jeff will clue the 5. Or I can save his 5. I think saving his 5 is what I have to do first. If I save his 5, Jeff can clue 2 or blue here. It doesn't matter which one. Clay can play the 2. QB can clue the 3, then I can play the white. Yeah, I think the 5 clue here is better. So now we see if what I thought everyone would do is what happens, or if they do something else. Nothing's in danger, so nothing has to be saved. Turn the game volume up a little bit. Well, there's no green saves, so he's reversing Clay's 2 out, so this must be a 3 here. So I play the white. Jeff can either discard or clue this 5. Actually, he needs to clue this 3. Or maybe the 4. I think cluing the 4 is better. Although it's not necessary now because he has this play with the 2. Assuming that this is a 3. Yeah. Well, either way worked, I guess. Because we can get the 4 out with the clue on the 5, so it's all good. So it is a 3 here. Good. Got a lot of plays going on then. I guess a match a discard then. I'm guessing. I mean, we all have a lot of plays. Jeff's got discards essentially. So I guess I play my 3 since Jeff's discard is fine. Nothing, it has to be saved. 1's okay. Jeff can clue this 5 here. Since Clay has a play. And can't clue. But it's not, I mean, we're not in any rush to clue this 5 either. We did lose the blue clue because the 2 came in. With 5s, you can either clue them as 5s, and that doesn't really tell anyone, what it is. But then if all the 1 through 4 is clued on a color, you can clue it color too, because everyone knows, well, there's no other card of that color that they would ever clue, because we already have all 4 clued or played. So, but when you have 2 in your hand and the 5 is not the one on the left, or 3 or 4 in your hand, of course, then you lose that clue, because again, we tend to play from out of the left side first after the game goes on. We're going to experiment with that playing from the right first in different situations, though. So I'm guessing Jeff is having an issue here. He found the think button. I think that's what Matt's smiling about. So and there's one of those long thinks, and then you just discard. Like, what is the point? Discard's okay. I think I'd have rather seen him clue that 5 before it gets too far deep into Matt's hand. I wouldn't mind seeing Clay clue that 4. Clay lets that 4 go. Huh. Matt gave me the 5 clue here. Oh, it's a save. It's a pure save. I was wondering because... Yeah, that's a save. I can't act on this clue. Because Clay didn't, it makes me think that this might be a 4 instead of a 5. I'm just not sure I'm ready to play it yet, though. I'm going to give the 5 clue to Matt. Jeff's discard is good. For now. We're running really low on clues, though. If I give the 5 clue to Matt, it gets Clay's 4 played as well. Jeff discards the 3. He gets Clay's 4 played, Matt's 5 played. And then I can save these 2 if I have to. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Kind of stole Jeff's clue here, but I think I'm okay with that. Hate losing the white 2 and white 3. If those are way deep in the deck, that makes the game a lot harder. So... But we like it hard, too, so it makes the game fun. So Jeff's probably yelling at me because I stole his clue. I thought he was going to give it last turn. Jeff has used a lot of time this game. I've used a good bit too. Going back up to the clock thing here that we were talking about earlier, this kind of gives you a pool of time. And it's a soft pool. Since we're all friends, if somebody runs out, we're not going to yell at you. We sometimes talk a lot in here as well, so. Alright, Jeff gave me a 4 clue. Why did he give me a 4 clue? Oh, he gave it to me because of the green. It's not any sort of a finesse on the white or anything, so. Alright, here's what I like now. I like, if I give the red clue to Jeff, Clay discards, Matt plays, then I have to give a 3 clue to Jeff to get it back in the right order, and then Clay discards a 5, so we cannot do that. Wow, this is interesting. Give me just a second here to think this one out. I feel like we've got a good move here, but I don't know how to get it all. I'm nervous that Jeff gave me this to play, make me play this card, which makes me nervous about discarding here. But we really need clues. What I need Clay to maybe bluff this red 2 out or something. So I guess I will play here. Since this discard is still fine, I'm okay with that. This has created some interesting situations that I haven't shown you in the game yet, so. There's a chance Clay discards here because he sees that we have a lot of saves that have to be done right now in Jeff's hand here. This is a very dangerous situation we're in right now. Everything in his hand has to be saved. There's no way for Clay to bluff this out, because he knows that 2 things have got to be saved here. He almost has to discard. If he discards, I have to save. Matt has to save 1, and then I have to save 1. And then it gets back to Jeff, and Jeff has to save this red 5. And then we're back to Matt and out of clues. So, wow. I actually think I like that. Could be white. Matt knows it's not white. Matt knows it's red. He knows we have a double save we have to do. So he's hoping Matt will play And then I can give the red clue to give Jeff a play here. I think that's what his intentions are with that 3 clue. Matt's thinking, oh, these both have to be saved and this has to be saved, and he just took the clue. But if Matt thinks about it long enough, he can see perhaps what's going on here. To Jeff, this looks like it's either 3. Well, he knows it's not 3 yellow because it's here, even though we discarded one. Okay, so Matt discarded. So now I have to save. Matt discarded to give Jeff a clue. So what am I going to do here? If I give the red clue here, I need to pop the think button as well here. If I give the red clue here, he might play out of here. Or he'd play this one. He should know that's a save though. This is all save right here. If I give the 5 clue, then he maybe does. I guess Matt just could not see that Clay was trying to get the 2 out in some way. I have no idea what clue to give here. Losing a 5 is better than losing a 3 and a 4, so I'm going to give the red clue. But none of it's good. Here's hoping Jeff gives a clue. We've gotten into a pretty hairy situation with this game, so it could go sour fast. This is the only game I'm going to play tonight. So if this one's not good, then I end on a sour note. And here you can see, apparently I'm the thinker of the bunch. I've used the most time in the game. Part of that's because I've been chatting it up with the microphone here. Maybe Jeff can give this 2 clue. Although that's not a good clue because of the blue. Although it's not a good clue because of the blue. I have a feeling we're about to lose this 5. When you first join the site, you start at 1500. Oh, that's good. So Jeff saved the 3 here. Now Clay has to discard. Matt has to discard. Then I can save the 5. And then Jeff can save the 5. And then Matt discards the red 2. And probably yells at us because why didn't you finesse that red 2 out when Clay tried to do that earlier? It's all in good fun. We're all really good friends, so we yell at each other out of funness, not out of meanness. Unfortunately, apparently I made his head hurt again. Because everything in his hand is required to play the game. But he should have an easy play here. It's just a save of this 5. If he does not save it, then Clay discards it for sure. We need Clay to discard this 4 yellow instead. Nothing to think about here. So not necessary. If you give any clue besides that 5 clue, he discards the 5. Right? There's nothing else. Because you can't give him a play out of his own hand. The problem I think that he's facing is that we're going to lose that red 2 when we really need that red 2. And we need it now, but we're not going to be able to get it. I wish I could play some music or something on here, but the game does not like that. I need to play like classical music or something that doesn't get flagged. Yeah, there was nothing you could do there, Jeff. Now Clay has to discard the 4. And then Matt probably discards the 2. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright. So apparently we have all the white out. So this is a 2. This is the 3. This is the 4. And then this is the 5. So he's forcing me to discard here. Jeff gives the 2 clue here, I think. That's the best one. Jeff gives the 2 clue here. There's no 2s that need to be saved at all. So the 2 clue here is gold. If he can see it. Yeah, there you go. Clay plays the 2. Matt plays the 2. Oh, Matt, what was that? Matt thought he had the 3 white. Why did he play that? I gotta hit the think button again. When Matt gave this white clue here, he thought he had the 3 white, not the 3 yellow? Why would he think that? Why? You should have just played the 2. But then I would have bombed here. Because now this is not the 3 white. Obviously. It can't be the 3 white. He would not have played, so I have to discard it. That is unfortunate that he made the assumption that he had the 3 white and not the 3 yellow. I don't know how he came to that conclusion, because I'm positive we never gave him that indication at any point in the past. So there's no, the 3 white never needed saving. It was in the save spot when he got the clue. It was obviously a 3 yellow at the time Jeff gave him the clue. 100% he should have known that. I think that was a mistake. 100%. So, this is going to be a tough game. I think the 4-player game is a little harder than the 3-player game. We tend to... Oh, I don't like that clue at all. He would have discarded them anyways. He was going to discard those anyways. I think that clue's a waste. Jeff has a play here. So I'm wondering if I should bluff the 2 out of Clay's hand somehow. I don't see a way to do that though, because there's nothing in Matt's hand that is conducive to a bluff. So I either give the direct, since Jeff has the play here of 3 and then 4. Actually, I think I discard to give them clues to do stuff. Because there's a lot of things that have to happen in here. Jeff can play the 3, but then Clay can get... Oh, he's yelling at me because I can... I should be able to figure out what 5 I have. I hadn't even started counting 5 yet. So we're hoping still for 28 now, right? Because we lost 4 and 5s of yellow. We cannot do. I was thinking I could give this red clue here so that it tells Clay what order his fives are in. But I think I should play instead. Should I play my 5? Because my 5 is green. Because they're all here. That gives us an extra clue. So yeah, I guess so. That was kind of borderline cheating. Him telling me that my 5 was playable by looking at the deck there. See, now here's another interesting situation that comes up more in a 4 or 5 player game than it does in a 3 player game. When 2 people have the finesse clue only, or when 2 people have a playable card in their finesse, only one of those 2 can give the clue to get that card out some other way. Although the finesse is gone with yellow anyways, now that I think about it, because the 3s are all gone, so it doesn't even matter. So I think all we're looking for here is a 3 multi, right? Because we have the 2. Yeah, because we have the 4 and 5 multi. All the multis are still open to being played. Clay cannot be trying to figure out which 5 is which here. I don't think any way he could know that. Yeah, so he just discards. Yeah. So I can give the 4, or I can play the 4. Jeff can play the 5. Hopefully we can find that multi 3. Looks like we're going to get a 28 here, which we consider par for multi for the level 2 game of 6 suits, but you clue them as multi, not as wild. We look at 28, 29, 30. Are the scores we're going to get. Looks like we'll get a 28 on this one. So I think I had a 26 last time I recorded for y'all. So Clay plays a 5 here, I think. And then we all just clue trying to get the last multi 3 out. Maybe Clay clues. Clay clues multi here. I know I've got the 3. It's going to go into somebody's finesse. One of these 6 cards, 2 of these. Yeah, there we go. So I have the 3. He's telling me. So Matt discards, and then I play. Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah, I forgot we've got to get one of these 2s played as well. So, and Clay needs to play last because he has 2 plays in his hand, and all the rest of us have only 1. So, but we've got plenty of cards here. So it is a 28. It's just a matter of getting to it now. Not a lot to think about here, Jeff. Play your 2. Play your red 5. Play your 4. And then I guess I give the multi-clue here just for fun. And that's oh, it's only 27. I was miscounting because we lost the 3 as well. So 1 under par, or 1 over par, I guess would be the correct way to say that if you're a golfer. We're 1 worse than we feel like we should be. with the when we play the level 4 game, which is fun as well, we like to get 26 to 30, somewhere in there usually. So all right, so 27. Well, anyways, it was a good game. Some interesting situations. So hopefully we all learned something. Thanks for joining me. Had fun. Hopefully y'all pick up some Hanabi. Maybe play it again at some point. You look me up on BGA. I'll be happy to play with you at some point in the future. Thanks. Bye.